His heart was moved with compassion. As a matter of fact, the translation we read today says his heart was moved with pity. But the nearest translation to the Greek word we had in that gospel is compassion. So therefore, we're gonna meditate on his heart was moved with compassion. I remember one hymn we used to sing when I was a kid. It says, "Lift up your hands, somebody is there. Make the world a better place if you can. Lift up your hands, somebody's there. Make the world a better place if you can. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Make the world a better place if you can." His heart was moved with compassion. Compassion, somebody may say, is when you have pity on somebody and help somebody or willing to assist. It could also be you identification of needs of somebody. You identify a sorrow of somebody. Even you can also identify somebody who is joyful. Apart from identification, it could be also somebody to anticipate the need of somebody, to anticipate sorrows of somebody, to anticipate an affliction, a potential sorrow of somebody. In three grades, it could be you are moved as Jesus was moved. It could be you identify. It could be you anticipate the needs of someone. And in all this, whether you are moved, whether you identify, or whether you anticipate, one thing is very clear, and that is when you are moved, when you identify, when you anticipate, you don't stop from identification. You don't stop from anticipation. You have to take a further step, and that is compassion. When you stop at the three levels we have said, we might say that you are empathetic. But when it comes to compassion, there must be an action. As a matter of fact, compassion as an English word comes from a Latin word. You divide it into two, is calm, passion. In Latin, you have to say cum passio. Cum passio. What is cum? Cum is the conjunction with, or with. Passio, passionis, is suffering. And when you take it together, it will be suffering with. That is compassion. Suffering with. You are suffering with somebody. It's not a question of identification until you anticipate or you are moved. Jesus in the gospel, he was moved and he began. There was a consequent action. What they are talking about today doesn't come from the head. You don't reason it out. Compassion comes from the heart. Compassion comes from the heart. It doesn't come from head, because most of us are living with their head. What Jesus did today is from the heart. Most of us live their lives from the heart. And that is why in the first reading, God is mad with those who lack compassion, especially shepherds. Those that are in leadership position. If you are in a leadership position and you lack compassion, woe to you. The first reading says, you mislead my sheep, you scatter them, because among all the qualities of a leader, if you don't have compassion, woe to the people you are leading. As a leader, if you don't have compassion, identification of the need of the people, anticipation, people's need, and you have to move to act, you can't lead well. And God says, I will punish you. I didn't say it. God said, I will punish you, and I will come and take care of my own sheep. I will come and take care of my own sheep. Compassion doesn't mean that whatever you want to do will come and beg you. Some people, if they want to do something, they want people to come and beg them. Even some people to kneel down to beg them. It is not compassion. Compassion comes from the heart. You are sitting down. You have seen this person. He or she is homeless. He or she has no job. You don't beg, you don't wait for him or her to come and beg you something to eat. You are moved with compassion, you get something. Secretly, you don't need to announce it. Come, I have 2 houses. I want to give you 1 room in one of the houses. But regrettably, as I said before, some people, if they want to do something, even if they want to give somebody $5, they must wait for people to come and beg them. Another aspect I would like to highlight is, remember our leading song. Remember our leading theme. Jesus was moved with compassion and he assisted. Guys, I want to tell you, if you can't help people, if you can't assist people, don't add to their sorrows. Some people are experts in if it is not a must, you must assist. It is a Christian principle to assist, to be moved with compassion, to assist, to leave somebody, to make the world a better place. But if you cannot do that, don't add to people's sorrow. I want to beg you. Don't add to people's affliction. We are talking about people helping, people moving with compassion, but people are experts in generating sorrows for other people. People are experts in generating afflictions, and somebody will be sleeping and crying because of you. Somebody is sleepless because of me, because I have generated a sorrow, an affliction for somebody. When I was in the seminary, whenever we go for a conference outside the seminary, like what we did at Indiana, the assembly we had, the Presbyterian assembly we had, the priests of the archdiocese. So when we were in the seminary, if we want to move to another area to have a conference, to have assemblies, or to have anything, when you come to your room, it is always reading, leave this room, leave this apartment more as you got into it. It's not when you are leaving the room, you scatter everything. If you meet somebody, could be an analogy, if you meet somebody, let that person depart from you with more joy. And if you can't give joy, you don't need to add to people's sorrows. The same compassion. The second reading. The compassionate heart of Jesus, because through his sufferings, he said, people who used to be far away from God, we are now nearer to God. Jesus didn't come to scatter us wide. He came to bring us back to God. He came to bring us back to God. We sing, "To verse coming." Now, when we sing Psalm 23, inasmuch as all of us are saying, God is my shepherd, how many people have you been shepherded to? Some people read you as a Bible. Some people don't have Bible. Some people don't have Bible. They read you because you come to Epiphany every Sunday. You come for daily mass. The only Bible they could read is you sitting in this church. How often are you a shepherd to somebody? Recall, lift up your hands, somebody's there, make the world a better place if you can. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Jesus was moved with compassion.